Up until I was about 11 years old, I lived in northern Louisiana in a little town called Stonewall. Now, there wasn't much to do other than to play football or go hunting, and neither of those things really clicked with me. So, I looked to other things to bide my time. And I quickly found myself basically attached to my brother's old PlayStation, playing all the old games he no longer wanted. I spent hours in front of that thing instead of being a traditional Southern boy. But eventually I felt like playing the games just wasn't enough for me. So I sat down and started writing these wonderful stories about heroes traveling through dangerous lands and taking incredible quests. I drew what they and the creatures they faced looked like, simply because I wanted to have my own story about this guy becoming a hero. In most of them, the hero would eventually come face to face with a threat that he couldn't take on alone, and he would need to rely on his friends and the skills that he learned along the way to overcome the obstacle, which led me to realize that's what I need to do too. I need to learn and make friends that could help me along on this journey of mine. Surprisingly enough, the first step I took was by accident. I had gone out when I was 13 and bought an issue of GameInformer and was turning through the pages, admiring the pictures and concept art, when I saw an ad for Full Sail University, saying that their grads were the ones who made games. And at that moment I knew that this was what I needed to do. And so immediately after graduating high school, I enrolled at Full Sail, and it gave me the most memorable learning experience I had ever had. I was surrounded by like-minded people whose purpose for being there was to create things for other people to enjoy. The classes were a bit of a trial, being how long they were, but it could have been worse, and I would have still done it 10 times over. But in the 20 months of all-nighters that I was there, I acquired the skills that I needed to be the kind of artist I want to be. I'm now proficient with softwares like ZBrush, Photoshop, Autodesk, and multiple Microsoft and Adobe softwares as well. I'm always learning though, and I know that I always will be. After all, a good mechanic can't fix a car with just a hammer. I've always had a fascination with open-world games because of their expansiveness and unlimited potential. In those special cases, you can hand complete control over to the player without any guides, and they can walk in the shoes of a hero to do whatever they want. This is especially true for Grand Theft Auto and its crime world, Red Dead and its vast old western terrain, and even Bully with its strict university. They're all examples of games that laid the hero out for the player and then allowed them to do as they wished. They personally had a hand in the journey the character had in becoming this powerful person that can finally overcome their goal. And that's exactly why I like games. When people can pretend to be these people, it's easier for them to think that they can do whatever they need to do in their own lives. They can put the controller down and have a sense of empowerment that they might have needed to overcome an obstacle or deal with a problem. I want to inspire people to pursue amazing goals and discover their inner hero. And that's why I want your help to make games. That's why I want to offer my help to you so that we can inspire people.
With you all summer and after